Hey, greetings, what is up, YouTube, and now Facebook. I'm going to come out of the closet on Facebook for this one, because I'm doing this one for a gentleman by the name of Scott, who is actually one of the coolest guys that I've met over the last year, and I just wanted to say I'm looking forward to working on this one, but we are looking at, for you kids out there, this is the Spindrift from the Land of the Giants. I'll be honest, I've never watched an episode of The Land of the Giants, but before I start working on this, I am going to watch quite a few. So, the nice thing about this is that this is not the 128 scale kit that I thought it was, and I'm kind of glad I didn't get the photo etch before I saw the kit, because I would have ended up with a photo etch that didn't fit. But it looks like the parts that do need to be scribed out are pretty simple to do with a drill bit, and I am still trying to decide whether or not I want to just put a couple of really hot LEDs behind here and then just sand down this area back here and let the light shine through, or if I want to go ahead and drill them out. More than likely I'm going to drill them out because I need to light block the hell out of this thing, and trying to do a Raytheon effect on this thing, I don't think it's going to work out quite in my favor, especially when the lights are turned off. So I'm probably going to end up drilling all these out, but it's going to take a day, maybe. Not even that long. I mean, it's just, they're not hexagonal or anything like that. They are round, so I shouldn't have a problem with that. I say that now. But hopefully this will kind of go together pretty easily. This kit does have an interior set that kind of goes in right here. This is the floor, and it sets in as like that. So I think I actually have some room to put two really cool LEDs right here, and then maybe two more back here in front of the wall. But I may have some room. I don't know if I'll be able to pull off some lights on the front, because all of this detail over here is going to be pretty tight in there. If I have some space in here, I'll look into it. But if not, I'm going to have to just paint out some details. But the plan is to go ahead and have some cabin light in here, so Scott doesn't have to strain himself when he looks in to see his cabin. So a couple of lights in there, maybe some warm white LEDs. The door does open, so he will be able to actually look in at least. No, you know what, there's going to be a wall there. Yep, there's a wall detail that goes right there. I think this one right here is the culprit, but so you won't actually be able to look in from the door. So anyway, I'm gonna have to think about this, but some lights will be in this thing. The paint should be pretty easy. It's gonna be a base coat similar to this painted plastic. I'm sorry, the molded plastic, but with the light blocking and everything that's gonna go on, I'm gonna go take this down to primer and then paint this again once I'm ready. But as you can see, the pinstripes are scribed in, so all I have to do is just mask them, and that's just gonna look pretty easy. So not a lot of work on that end, so that'll go by fast. Also, the decal, or excuse me, what should be a decal, is a raised detail piece right here. So I'll talk to Scott about this before I proceed, but I don't know if I'm gonna end up. I may just end up resetting that. It's an all black decal anyway, so it shouldn't be too hard to vector out in Illustrator or even Photoshop. But oops, I'm looking forward to this one. I think I've already said that, but this one is a 1/76 scale kit. All the parts seem to be pretty clean. This is a re-release of the Aurora kit, as you can see by this. But looks like Scott got it back in 2002. But absolutely no flash on any of the pieces. this area here, I'm probably going to do some sanding just to kind of thin out these top and bottom areas right here between the rungs. And we have a couple of figures here that will actually add some life to the Spindrift. This one I'm not sure if I'm going to cut out the screens here and add some extra details for some lights, but we'll see exactly how much is going to be visible once the kit is together. So lights, everything else in the cabin to be determined. If it's not just going to be for accent and just to keep the cabin light on, we'll see how far I can get with the lighting. So also clear parts, front windshield, the plastic dome, the 2 cabin windows, and the base. What I am going to probably do with the clear parts is I'm going to go ahead and dip them in future so that they are nice and crystal clear, so that there's no distortion whatsoever when Scott wants to look inside the cabin. So I'm going to try this. It's going to be the first time I'm going to try it on a kit, so I'm hoping it's going to work out just fine. I'm going to start looking up a lot of details for the cabin. There's not a lot of episodes on YouTube, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge. So more on this guy later. I'm sure this is going to go by pretty quick. It doesn't look like it's going to be a difficult build, but it's going to be kind of time. It will be time consuming in the sense that I'm going to have to fit some wires in here, and I'm going to have to figure out the lighting system. So couple of months maybe working on this guy. I do want to make sure that I get the lighting correct, so that every time Scott goes to turn it on, there won't be a problem. But more on this one, and much to my wife's chagrin, I made another flea market find this morning. Ooh. A 1/48 scale Warthog. It's an ugly plane, but I've always liked it because it's been so ugly. I know it's a pretty powerful plane, but they were asking $8 for it, and I was able to talk them down to $2 because the first thing I looked for were the decals, and when they weren't there, she knocked off two bucks. And turns out that the gentleman who was selling this had started to build this. All of the sprues look pretty complete. He, if anything, started working on the cockpit. And as far as Revell goes, it's a pretty... Let me see if I can get a zoom on this. It's a really good cockpit. I mean, I don't know about the accuracy. I don't know about the details. I'm going to defer to you guys to let me know if it's incorrect. But it looks pretty good. Well, for what I'm used to working with. And the guy did a decent job. It's not the greatest job in the world, but it's also not the worst job. I mean, I wouldn't do any better than this anyway, to be honest. But dashboard, some of the decals have already been applied. The beauty of this kit, and I was really glad about, is that there's a pilot figure, so this will be an in-flight display. Maybe riding low like it's going to shoot something on the ground, but this is a 1/48 scale. The drawback to this kit, but it doesn't really destroy anything about this kit, but there's a lot of nice detail, but the panel lines are raised. So I'll be honest, I'm not going to go through the trouble of even trying to scribe them in or sand them down. I won't do that. I will let them work to my advantage, though. I will use them to dry brush them in or use a pencil to mark them out. But, I can make this I can make this kit sing, so I'm really looking forward to this one as well. Again, I've always liked the Warthog. I don't know what scheme I'll be doing for this one because, again, decals are missing. So sky's the limit as far as painting this one. I don't think I'm going to go too outrageous. I'm not going to put a rainbow color on this, but I will look for a Warthog that I like, and kind of just copy it off. So we'll see how it goes, guys. Anyway, more on these guys later. Build for Scott is going to start pretty soon. I need to finish up the Buck Rogers Thunderfighter and get some of the things in and out. So talk to you later, guys. Peace out.